As we're entering September month, we're entering the cooler temperature fall time coming here in Long Island, New York. I'm going to tell you exactly what kind of plants that you could plant right now, and you're going to get multiple harvests before the winter time. So you do not need to go and buy a lot of vegetables or wrap up your garden. Do not wrap up your garden yet because of the summer temperatures coming out. Fall plants will survive between 55 degrees to all the way probably up to 75 degrees. So 55 degrees to 75 degrees. One thing I'm going to tell you, whatever plants you're growing, if you're trying to grow 4 plants, I will say do 6. Do 2 extra seed just in case something happen. You have a fallback. You do not have a lot of time, so you do not want to have less plants. You rather have more plants. When it comes down to fall time, you have to go through your summer garden and do a cleanup. Get rid of all your plants. If the plants have disease, do not compost them, garbage them, and do not feed them to the animals. If you have good plants that have good leaves but nothing is kind of growing, you could compost those plants, or feed them to some animals or something like that. And refresh your soil. Add a fertilizer and add some fresh soil. Refresh your old soil and reuse them. Do not throw away your old soil. That's just a waste of money. So some of the plants that you could grow in fall time is broccoli, Brussels sprout, cauliflower, Swiss chard. You could grow lettuce, all type of lettuce. You could grow herbs. You could grow scallions, onions, potatoes. If you have at least a month more before you get into fall time, you could even grow pumpkin, winter squash, daisy gourd, bottle gourd, speckled swan gourd. There's so much stuff you could grow all over your lettuce, spinach, onions, scallions. Whatever you grow in springtime, most of the plants, you could regrow them come fall time. So you could get lots of harvest in fall time. When it comes down to seeding, you could seed outdoor. You don't have to seed indoor. You could seed directly in ground, container, or whatever, or use seeding trays. And what I like these seeding trays. I got these from Vigo Garden, and look at the bottom, you got a hole. Easy how to take them out. Why I like trays like this. These are easy. You just go like this, and look, it pops right out. It comes right out, and it's easy to transplant. If you're gonna use a regular container and you're gonna plant multiple seed inside, then you have to kind of separate them. And if you're a beginners, that could be really hard, especially if you just seed lettuce or you're seeding pak choy and stuff like that. You really have to be careful when you separate these plants, or you're gonna transplant them. So I advise, if you're a beginner, sow the seed directly where you want to plant them, or use seed in tray cells like that where you could just pop out right at the bottom. Check in the description box. I'm gonna leave all those stuff, the list of all the plants and seeding trays and stuff like that. Now the other thing, when it comes down to fall time, I'm just gonna say this quick. Watering is different in fall time. You do not water every day in the fall time. You water every 2 to 3 days lightly. Hold the hose about 15 to 20 seconds, and that's good. Water early in the morning or come in the evening time between around 4 to 5 o'clock. Do not water too late in the fall time, because then the weather is drop cold, everything is dropping, the water and the moist, it does not dry out enough, and it can actually stress the plant. All your leaves will start turning yellow, and sometimes you could rot. Now the roots, you have to be careful. When it comes down to fertilizer, you fertilize every 3 weeks. It all depends on the plant. You want to get a fertilizer with a higher nitrogen level, because most of the fall and spring crops, they definitely need a kickstart of nitrogen to give them a big boost. So go through your garden, do a cleanup, do a sweeping, pull out your weeds. Do not let weeds share the same energy that your plant needs. Remember, we're going to get into fall, and then before winter, we want our plants to grow fast. We want to harvest multiple times, and we want to save winter time. Start, as soon as you start getting your harvest, you want to like airtight Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, use a mason jar or whatever you're gonna do. Start saving all your veggies, so come winter time, you don't have to go to the store. You got extra veggies right in your freezer or right on your countertop. All right, reuse your soil. Whatever old soil you get, pull out the plant, fluffle it up a little bit, add some new soil, mix it up. Grab a handful of fertilizer and just mix all up together and water it really well before transplant. You want to water it so your fertilizer start breaking down and everything comes into one, and that's basically recharging and supercharging your soil. Do not buy back, a whole ton of load of soil when you have a lot of soil in containers and stuff. If you're going in ground, dig down about 6 inches deep. Add new soil, add fertilizer or compost, and reboost that area. You do not want to plant a new plant in dead soil. You're not going to get a good production. All right? Any question about fall garden, comment below. I have more videos coming up. The week has been really, really busy and really crazy. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed and joined my channel and always give me a thumbs up and stuff. I really appreciate you guys' support.